I mean, yeah, I mean, like I say, all of Spain was like ground zero for hell, for war. You know, the blacks were coming in from Africa, like all running with their parasites dangling. When you think about black people, just think about the parasites dangling, like they were running from Africa, and swimming across the channel into Spain. The Africans and some white pieces of shit were coming across into Spain. Basically, the black Africans and some white people, mostly black Africans, were coming into Spain pretty much. So Spain was like ground zero for this epic war, like the Germans were there, forward, like, and the blacks were like running, just doing a mass charge basically into Spain, and basically the Germans were like stemming the tide, sir, and basically because Mexicans were gonna die, they were like enslaving the Mexicans, so it's like, okay, Mexicans, let's go, you gotta go, so Mexicans were losing their country. Spaniards were losing their country. They weren't going to have a country anymore. They were getting overrun. So we moved them to Mexico. Like I say, it's hard to keep, because you can do mass attack a lot easier than you can do, like, mass attack works if you're on the same continent. Like, you can do that. Like, if 5 million black people decide to just rush, which they did, then it's really hard to stem the tide. So it's like, all right, come on, women, children first. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. So like LS, my steamships were like, come on board, get on the ship, LS Titanic, come on, all the Spaniards, let's go, all you dirty, nasty Spaniards, whatever. Sorry, I love you guys. All you Spaniards, let's go. You gotta go. So like that was happening like 100 years ago or whatever. Germany and everyone, we were like a lot of people were like, fuck them, who cares? And I was like, no, they're gonna die. So we were like, come on. So the Irish went over. I paid the Irish to go over into Mexico, and I bought all the land in Mexico. So I was like, and I was building a water system there, and we found oil and everything. So it's like, come on, Spaniards, let's go. You gotta go. They're coming. So because like I say, we saw that the Black Plague, the black amassing, and like they had destroyed Africa, and then they were massing at the borders to like cross over, and it's like, they're gonna come, you gotta go. So we evacuated as many Mexicans as we could from Spain. So they got on the ship. It's like, we can stop them, in general, because they can't really get across. It's hard to get across on the ocean. So when they, so we moved all the Mexicans, all the Spaniards to Mexico. Basically, we built them a water system, and they were all there. And basically, it was really a pain in the butt to move them across. But I mean, hey, I'm not gonna let them just be dying from these black pieces of shit. The Spaniards tried to hold out as long as they could, but you're not, Africa was bigger. They have much bigger, Spain, Mexicans weren't that big, so it's like they were gonna die. So. And like I say, Spain became like this potted war zone where it's like, boom, because like Africa was like, boom, 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 and then like afterwards, it's like, well, they've already bombed it once, so yeah, their troops are there, okay, and I just like finished it up with like, just destroying, the troops that were running across. So we were holding the line at Spain, and basically the black people, they couldn't cross. Spain was just like, like I say, nobody lived in Spain. Everybody got out of Spain. Like if you were Mexican or Spanish, you left. Everyone left Spain basically, because it was nothing but 800 miles of pretty much war. There was they crossed the walls, they crossed the water. They were being overrun. So we moved them to Mexico. Like I say, and finally the black people got tired of dying, I guess, and so they decided to start to try and crawl up towards the lake and go around the ocean, go around the long way. So they started to move up that way. It's like, oh fuck! All right, we need tanks over there. So we built the border along our border. Like I say, they say that Spain and this no, it was all everything was going out. Everything was pointed out. You know, the middle of Germany was basically the only safe zone. You know, we had multiple gun emplacements, so it was like, you know, and so like we were spent like the blacks would just come in and they were trying to get into basically what's called, and Germany had to use the rail systems to get the minerals in and out of Germany, and because all the production facilities were in Germany, that's what the blacks wanted, was the production facilities and everything. And they just wanted to remove me anyway and get to the records signing anyway. So it was ground zero, and basically all defenses were pointed out, and basically we were stopping them from getting in. And basically, you know, it's funny, we were protecting the whites and everyone, you know. And like I said, Germany was like, we will sacrifice ourselves for the future, you know, and because the blacks were just going to kill everyone anyway. So anyway, and you know, my pilots, you know, I guess the blacks, they wanted to do a race war, so you know, it was basically full on race war and pretty much bombing, and you know, they were just dying by the thousands or millions. I mean, they would run across, we would shoot them. Like, it's, you know, what? I'm not going to let my people die. So, yeah, I wasn't going to let my people die. We weren't going to die. I don't care what some black piece of shit thought. So, yeah, you know, I mean, they can blame me and call me whatever they want, but I wasn't going to let that happen. And I moved out the Spaniards, too. I used my ships. I was like, all right, let's go. So a bunch of white ships picked up a bunch of Spaniards and took them to Germany. I mean, not Germany. They took them to Mexico, and then you know we stopped the black and the people. You know, the blacks would come out with their submarines. We'd go direct hit, because the blacks were just trying to get the foothold into Mexico, and it's like that's not going to happen. You have your own country, and we're not gonna let you do to Mexico what you did to Madagascar, Massacre Island. Like, you know, they were just killing whoever they came across, and then raping them or whatever, taking their stuff and living in their houses, and that was all it was. So anyway, so Germany, you know, me and Germany and other countries, we were just stemming the tide of the stupidity. So anyway, yeah, it's not my fault. You know, I mean, we had light intensification on those borders. So, like I said, the black people and some of the white people thought they were invisible in the night. And it's like, we see you, and some black people are like, "How the fuck do they see us?" It's like, we have light intensification and infrared. We had it since 1800. So, I mean, so yeah, when they were swimming across, it's like, and they were thinking they were invisible or something, and like we were just looking down on them. I mean, the Germans were like, "What are you doing? You know you're not supposed to be here." You know, so, you know, we just shot them. You know, like I said, infrared. We have 4 incoming people swimming across. Shoot them. Or, you know, just take them hostage or take them not hostage and then, okay, you're going home. Kick! Get out. Here's a parachute. Goodbye. Don't forget to pull the cord. You know, we'd parachute them back in sometimes. Going to Africa was easy. Like it's just like, get back to Africa. And we'd just toss them out the end of the plane with the parachute, of course. Like, yeah, and then they would, I broke my leg. Like that's what most of the lawsuits were about. The people that we deported breaking their legs on the impact. It's like, we told you how to land, and then we threw you out the aircraft. It's not our fault you broke your leg. It looked like it was a soft spot. Anyway, we threw a lot of people out of the aircraft too when Germans did. But I mean, you had parachutes, so yeah, I wasn't a cruel son of a bitch. Like I wasn't one of those kind of people. I mean, we deported you. We flew you over in an aircraft and threw you out the back. Goodbye! Don't cross again. And then a couple months later, they'd be at it again. Maybe if there were more sharks in the water. Yeah, anyway, that's how it was.